Okay, I am back. I have been feverishly getting this second part ready for you guys. Just wanted to mention a couple things I forgot to say the first time around. This Maison Blanche paint that we do have in the sample pot is only $10.95. And I wanted you to know that I still have about a quarter, or actually I would call it a third of the sample pot left after this piece. So it goes a long ways. I'm gonna turn the camera back around so that you can see the piece that I've been working on. And I did cheat a little bit. It's been actually 35 minutes more, instead of 30. But I went ahead and I did the second coat of the navy that we talked about. I'm gonna show you the whole piece. It's kind of hard in the sunlight. Can't do much about that. But yes, I went ahead and covered the whole piece, all the legs, with the second coat. And I also cheated a little bit because I went ahead and sanded and distressed it a little bit. So just so you kind of have an idea, it takes no time at all. I am doing this in between realtor calls. So I am doing my real estate business at the same time as I'm knocking out this piece of furniture, because it is just something that is fun and anybody can do this. I went ahead and wanted to show you that I used you can see this nasty piece. I used a 60 grit sandpaper piece and went ahead and went over the entire top because I decided I am going to stain it. And I went over the drawer fronts with it and went ahead and as well distressed just some key sections. You really, again, cannot mess this up, but just distressed a few areas so that when we do the wax that I'm fixing to show you guys, it will all come together. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the Maison Blanche wax and how it works. It's called Antique Wax. It's the best on the market. It comes out like peanut butter. It is so soft and smooth. I'm going to be using the light brown today. Now, I'm going to use this chip brush that I bought again at Harbor Freight. It was like $1, and just putting it in the wax. I just want you to see what wax looks like. It looks like shoe polish. I don't know if any of you guys have ever grown up when you had to actually polish shoes, but we did. We got paid on the weekends if we polished our dad's shoes, and so that involved something that looked a little bit like what's in this can. All right, so literally you put this on everywhere, and you can work in small little areas just to make sure you get it in the grooves, and that once you have it on, we're going to go back and we're going to buff it just to give it the shine that it needs. So I love how easy and I want to say brainless, but I don't want to act like you have to be brainless to do this. Okay, so I got one leg coated, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this square sponge pad that I get at, guess where? Can anybody guess? Harbor Freight. Hey, if you don't know where that is, it's in Denton, and it is right next to Hobby Lobby, and it'll be your best friend for all the tools that you need to do a piece. So I'm just going to take this. Again, it's so easy. You just rub it in like you are buffing and shining shoes. Look at how shiny that is, guys. I know you can see how shiny that is. And you can see the difference between the dull piece that's just painted with the chalk paint and then the shiny piece after it's completely buffed with the wax. And again, I was using the light brown Maison Blanche wax. So I have waxed one leg. Now, this you definitely want to set overnight so that it can cure and actually, believe it kind of hardens and gives it a seal so that it again will stand up to those little fingers and people who will be touching it and just the wear and tear that furniture gets. If it's going to be a piece that is going to be used and handled a whole lot, not just set in a corner, maybe like a chair or a tabletop, you're going to want to actually apply 2 coats. And you can do those within an hour of each other or so, but then again, let it go ahead and dry overnight. Sorry, drawing a blank. So I just wanted to take a minute as well to let you know kind of what I plan on doing to the tops of the drawers, the fronts of the drawers and the top of the piece. And I told you I'm going to use a stain. So that is nothing to be scared of. I'm going to use this Minwax gel stain in hickory from Lowe's. You can get it from Home Depot, wherever you want. And I just really highly recommend these gel stains. They are amazing. And again, another thing that you can't mess up because I need all the help I can get. This you're going to apply with just a sponge brush. And these, guess where I get these? Harbor Freight. It's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that it's kind of like jelly, y'all, like wet Vaseline or something. Anyway, you're gonna go ahead and just coat your sponge brush with it. Get it coated, and then I'm gonna show you kind of how easy it is to get it on your piece. I got this together earlier, but I'm just re-getting it together. Okay, so this is the drawer front. Just try to see what kind of angle I can get it at for you. All right, this will work. So, look at how easy that goes on. This is going to be your best friend if you have a piece that needs some love on the front, needs some cover up for things that have happened to it in the past. We want to wipe those away with the gel stain. Just get all around it. And like I said before I got on here, I did give it a once over with the sandpaper, just so that this would adhere a little better. It doesn't have the same exact ingredients like the chalk paint, which you can paint over anything without sanding, but it's got the gel factor, which makes it go on thick and smooth and easy. Sorry, it's really hard. I don't know if you've ever tried to paint and videotape, but it's probably next to one of the hardest things I've ever done here. Okay, so this is what the drawer front looks like stained, and I just wanted you to see that because in a little bit I'm gonna come back on here, you guessed it, and show y'all the finished product so that you can see how fast and how easy it is to restyle a piece of furniture. I'm trying to make it where you can see the piece of furniture that you can use in your home. Maybe you have a piece that you are not pleased with and you need something new, but really all you need is to come up here and grab some products, some Maison Blanche paint, and paint it this weekend. You can see the difference between this piece. You can even see where the hardware was stained into the front. And then you can see where I've lightly sanded it. It's kind of still dusty. and then you can see the piece that has the stain on it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stain the rest of this top of the desk, as well as finish the wax on the legs and the base of the piece, and replace the hardware so that you guys can kind of see what this looks like when it's done. Until then, call me if you want some paint. I'm up here till 6:30 today. Thanks, bye.